Utrexo Army, Utrexo family, what's going on? It's Yama Trades, back again. Happy New Year to you guys. Happy holidays to you guys. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas. I hope you guys entered the New Year's on the right foot. You know, you guys did what you needed to do to get away from 2020 and you entered into 2021 on the right path, on the right foot. So we'll go ahead and jump straight into it. The greatest trade I ever took on my Ftmo account, right? Ftmo challenge, shall we say. So before we get into that though, if you guys like these videos I'm putting out, go ahead and like, subscribe, turn that notification on so you're alerted when I do release new content. I do see from the analytics that, you know, a lot of you guys are watching but aren't subscribed. And I would just love if you guys can, you know, help grow this channel, like the video, subscribe and turn the notification on. And if there is something you want to see in the future, go ahead and leave it in the comments just so that, you know, I can be aware of it. You know, this channel is for us. It's not for me, it's for us. So if there's anything you guys want to know, if I know it, you know, I'm willing to put that content out. I'm willing to speak on that type of content. So just let me know what you guys think, what you guys will like. You know, if there's something I can improve in my videos, let me know. And you know, I'm open to criticism. So just let me know. And we can keep moving forward, keep growing the channel together, right? So the greatest trade I ever took on my Ftmo account. And before I go into details about this trade, I want to show you guys the pre-analysis. So let's go ahead and jump to the charts real quick. Perfect. All right, guys. So I know I mentioned that I wanted to do like a live analysis of a trade that I'm like potentially going to take. I haven't been able to do one, but I think this is a great opportunity because the markets are moving very slow. So right now, what you see here is I'm looking at GBP JPY, right? Monthly time frame, don't worry about all of this that we see here. We're focusing more so on this little region here. We have a lot of support down in this little region here, simply because we have support, and then prices kind of consolidating in this area. We also have resistance up here where we touched here, we touched here. We have some support right in this region, some resistance in this region. So we have some upper levels on a monthly time frame, right? So we marked out those levels, came down to the weekly level, wasn't looking too far left. So I came into this region right here. I saw this level right here where it acted as support or resistance, acted as support. We had strong resistance, like a supply zone where price pushed away from it. Now we're right in that region once again. And essentially what I would like to see is for price to break this level and to touch some of these wicks, these upper wicks here, or even this monthly zone up here in this 144 region, right? So mapped out those little levels, right, on the monthly time frame. I also had this trend line drawn to the downside that we were able to break above. Now it looks like we're coming back to retest that zone, right? So we drop down to our daily time frame, and what do we have here? We have prices nicely making its higher highs, higher lows, and it's kind of respecting this trend line to the downside. We're also in this channel, which is kind of, you know, giving me a negative sign to go bullish, because essentially, you know, once we touch the upper channel, what happens? Price comes down to touch the lower channel. We touch the upper channel, price comes down to touch the lower channel. So where we're at right now, price essentially is at the upper part of the channel. So it could come down and touch this lower channel, but I don't expect price to do so. I would expect like a move higher before it does all of that, or even to break the channel completely, because it has been in this channel for some time, right? So where this is that weekly level that I mapped out, that supply zone where price pushed away from, and then we're right here back at that level in this region right here. So we're still sitting tight, waiting for price to, you know, form its candles and show us the move that it wants to make. On the 4-hour time frame, we have somewhat of a double top, but as you can see here, this body was broken by these candles here. So we broke the body with this candle. If I zoom in, we broke the body, we broke the high here with the body of this candle, and then on the 4-hour time frame, we printed a second candle that closed above this body. So to me, this looks like price is retracing to form another high.
And then we have this like zone here, this minor zone of support. So price could come down and test this area, right? If this moving average, the 20 moving average doesn't hold, it could come down to touch the 50 moving average, right? And the 50 could pull up, and as price is pushing down and the moving average is pulling up, it could stop right in the zone here before turning around and going to the upside. So right now I'm literally sitting on my hands waiting for price to play out the way it needs to play out. I'm not waiting on the 4-hour time frame. I'm looking at smaller time frames, but these are all confirmations, right? So we drop down to a 1 hour. All right, and when we get down to the 1 hour time frame, we have price push into this down channel, move into this sideways channel, and then push into this upwards channel, right? Right now, what is price doing? We're pushing in this down channel. Because if I were to, let's see here, got my line tool, right? So we have, right? So we have the upper channel, the upper part of the down channel and the lower part of the down channel. Price is kind of moving in this little channel right here, right? That lets us know that, okay, we're in this down channel. Now what we want to see is for this orange line, right? Because we had some resistance, some support. Now we're forming support. We want to see this area here hold and not close below for a push to the upside, right? So it could happen right before New York open. It could happen right now. I like this wick rejection, but of course we want to see, more candles get held up right in this region here for us to start pushing to the upside. So we drop down to a 30-minute time frame just to see what's going on. And as you can see, we have price moving just like this. Let's get a brighter color. So we have a push to the downside, retracement, a low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Oop. So we have our high, we have a lower low, lower high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then we have a high, but essentially if we want to take this wick, we kind of broke that high. And now we're down here. So what would we like to see? We would like to see our lows become higher lows, right? So we have a low here. We want this to close around that region to create a higher low. And then put in green candle that engulfs this candle to form, some type of bullish price action from this area here in order for us to go up. Now, as you can see, my stops are about 16 pips. We're gonna target our 1-to-1s. So once we get our 1-to-1s, we're going break even, right? And then once we get that break even, then we're gonna push to our 1-to-2. This is my 1-to-2 TP right here in this region here where it was resistance. That was also support. So that's about 1.8. And then if we break through that, we're going up here to this area of consolidation. And we also have resistance right here in this region. So that's like about a 2.9. And then if we can push past that, then we'll start targeting these highs up here, right? So 3.5 to a 4.5 essentially, risk to reward ratio. So we're gonna sit tight, see what happens here. Hopefully we can get this trade to play out in our favor early this morning, and then it plays out through New York. If it doesn't, it's perfectly fine. This region here is about a 75 pip move, so I really don't see this playing fully. Just today. It might take a couple days for this trade to play out if we get entered into the market, but we're just gonna sit tight, sit on our hands, wait for the candles to close. We have a 30 seconds to close for the 15-minute. It's not engulfing, so I'm not gonna take the setup. If the next candle engulfs here, then I'll definitely take the setup. What's gonna happen is it's gonna open up my stop loss to about 23 pips. Not a problem. As long as I'm getting my 1-to-1s. I can get the 1-to-1s, I'm perfectly fine with that. But we'll just sit tight, see what happens, and then I'll get back with you guys.
All right, so from what you guys saw was a pre-analysis on GBP, JPY yesterday, Monday morning, right? So I saw GBP was starting to push down to a region. I wanted GBP to push down to a specific region, consolidate, print some bearish, bullish price action so that I can take a bullish, a buy on a setup and ride it back up to the highs, right? Now, price came down to that area. It started to consolidate a bit, but it never printed any bullish price action. So I didn't even take the trade. Did not take the setup. And I'm so excited about that. And I'm explaining to you guys why. You guys are probably looking at the screen like, what is this guy talking about? But I'm explaining to you guys. Back in December, I was taking a lot of setups. Here, there. You know, some of which were hitting stop loss, some of which were hitting TP. But I was taking a lot of setups that weren't fulfilling all my parameters before jumping into the trade. Now this setup here at the top of the year, I told myself, I'm gonna be more patient. I'm gonna stick to my plans, I'm gonna stick to my rules, and I'm gonna execute accordingly. And that's exactly what I did. I had a plan. I knew where my stop loss was gonna be set. I knew where my TPs were gonna be set. And I was waiting for price to do exactly what I wanted it to do before jumping into that buy. It did not do that, so I did not execute the trade. And guess what? The trade actually went left. So it would have hit my stop loss if I jumped in based off of it entering into that zone. And that's what I want you guys to think about, right? We get so excited when we win trades. We get so excited when, you know, we pass challenges, these Ftmo challenges and things of that nature. But the small things we never really, you know, show excitement towards. And that's passing up on a trade setup that, you know, we initially wanted to take, but it didn't fulfill our parameters, so we passed up on it. Or if we set a stop loss and we stuck to our 0.5% or 1% risk on that trade, right? As a trader, we are our own bosses, right? No one is here to tell us when we need to report to work. No one is here to tell us what we should and shouldn't be doing. I mean, we have mentors that kind of guide us, but at the end of the day, it is you clicking buy and sell, right? It is you looking at the charts. It is you, you know, saying, all right, I'm gonna take this setup. We need to be more, you know, active when it comes to us passing up on trades and stop losses getting hit at 1% than just winning trades or winning challenges and things of that nature. You know, I'm really excited that I did not take this setup. You know, I'm really, you know, happy for myself that I didn't take this setup. And, you know, that kind of boosted my confidence up that now when the next setup presents itself, if it doesn't play out the way I wanted to play, I can fall back and not be, you know, impatient. Because that's the thing that I battled with in the beginning of trading was impatience. I was so impatient. I would jump into setups because I was in the fear of, oh, this setup is gonna run 100 pips, you know, in my direction. I need to jump in now and ride this wave. And essentially I would jump in and the price would pull back and go the opposite direction on me, right? And I would end up losing 1, 2, 3% because I didn't know where I was setting my stop losses, or my stop loss wasn't set accordingly. And I was more so looking at the TP versus a stop loss. So I just want you guys to really think about that, you know, think about your patience, think about the setups, think about the parameters that you're looking for when you're entering a trade. You know, if you go to the charts and you're doing your top-down analysis, you look at your monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1 hour, down to the 30-minute or 15-minute. You know, pay close attention to what price is doing once it enters these zones, right? If you're looking for buys, is it printing bullish price action, right? Has it consolidated? Has it broke resistance and retested resistance as support, right? Has it done these things that is, you know, alerting you that, hey, we're gonna start pushing up again? Or if you're looking for sells, has it broke support and retested it as known resistance and printed bearish price action? These things are very, very important for us to pay close attention to. And the patience aspect of everything is the most important detail of it all. Because if you're not patient, you'll end up taking trades where you shouldn't be entering in at. You'll end up, you know, jumping into a trade and then get caught up in a counter trend or get caught up in a pullback. And now your stop loss is way bigger than you wanted it to be. And the risk to reward ratio is now all thrown off, right? So this was just a quick video to enter the week. I wanted to put this video out there. It's more so, you know, me on the camera instead of me on the charts. Just to kind of give you guys a practical experience of what I just experienced Monday morning trading. It's Tuesday, I'm in 2 setups right now. Both of them are in profit. Hopefully, you know, they both hit TP. If not, You know, stop losses are moved to break even. So if they do hit stop loss, I really don't lose anything on these trades. I'll recap those trades once break even or TPs are hit. But Trexo Army, thank you for tuning in. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like, subscribe, and turn that bell notification on. Go ahead and leave a comment down below of what you think about this video or something you would like for me to cover in the future, and keep extracting.